YouTube, how's it going? Quick little video here. I've had a couple of people message me and in the comments of my Project Ashe pentakill video asking essentially about my Ashe build. Now, just like every single build that you'll see out there on MOBA Fire, Korean builds, or any other sort of like build website that you guys use or may see or may heard of, or Reddit, or in the recommended items or anything else like that, this is my build. This is how it works for me. This is how I feel comfortable. This is how I know what sort of stuff I can do and when I can hit hard, when I can retreat, things like this. So by all means, this is not the pro build. This is not the best build. This is not the build. This is my build. This is Fox's build, as it were. So essentially, just like any ADC, straight away when you get into it, Doran's Blade, sorry. Obviously, as you can see there straight in front of you, as you guys know, pretty much like 8% damage, some health. It's going to give you some lifesteal as well. Lifesteal is quite important when it comes to ADCs, I think, especially when they're quite squishy. People like Jinx, Ashe, people like that, where those couple of extra hits going to get you some lifesteal. Can't go wrong with that, and obviously the health as well, and 8 damage, but it does depend on your runes, which I'll show you real quick actually as well at the end of this video. Health pot, pretty straightforward. Everyone knows what the health pot does, and obviously the warding trinket, again, everyone knows why and what that is for. Now what I do is I stay in lane as long as possible, of course. Ideally, this is going to be an ideal sort of thing, so I'll stay in lane ideally as long as I can until I can get as close to 1500 gold. When I get 1500 gold, what I tend to do is I tend to come back, get the Vampiric Scepter, the Vampiric Scepter, obviously again for the attack damage and obviously a bit more lifesteal. At this point we're looking at 13 lifesteal, and around about 23 extra attack damage on top of our base stats before we've even like looked at runes or leveling up, things like that. So it goes well. So I get that, and then I will get a Brawler's Glove to get some crit. Yeah, I know this. I'm starting off building 2 items straight away here, but bear with me, guys. Bear with me. So at this point, theory is obviously we now have like 13 lifesteal, 13% lifesteal. We're also now doing 10% crit on that 13% lifesteal, and that 10% crit is giving 10% critical strike on the extra 23 damage, unincluding base and obviously unincluding level and rune damage. So we can be a bit more sustained in lane. Now at this point, what I try to do is I'll try and stay in lane as long as I can. And I'll come back and go for obviously finish off the Zeal and hopefully the boots. Berserker's Greaves again, movement speed very important, especially when it comes to the attack speed in this regards. The reason I get attack speed is because of the lifesteal. So obviously the more damage per second, like DPS, that I can get out, the more lifesteal I can get in. So even if you have like a really small amount of lifesteal, if you've got like, I know it's now an impossible, but if you've got like 5 like 150% attack speed, you're gonna essentially be able to put out a ton of damage in a very short period of time and bring in a ton of lifesteal. So like 10% damage on 10% lifesteal on something like 5 hits per second, like 5 autos a second, that's potentially a lot better, and or as close as like 23% lifesteal on like 0.9 shots per second or 0.9 autos a second. So that's the way I see it. So the faster I can put the damage out, the faster it will bring it in. I'll actually show you guys a quick clip here. So with Misfortune here, as you can see, sort of the same sort of build, but not exactly. And with this, I'm able to obviously take out 3v2 for triple kill. And obviously, as you can see, my life gets extremely low, and I'm able to reap it back through the fact that I've got the damage, the speed, and of course the lifesteal to get that back. So that's the reason why I go for like lifesteal as well as damage and attack speed as well. And then it ends up in things like this. And then after that, what I'll tend to do is, so keeping in mind at this point, we've got our Berserker's Greaves, we've got our Zeal, yeah. I'll then finish off Bloodthirster next, yeah. So we've got Zeal, Berserker's Greaves, and Bloodthirster. After the Bloodthirst, I'll come back and finish off the Runins. Now at this point, obviously, we're looking at 20 plus 3, so essentially 23% lifesteal, including runes and all that jazz. We've got an additional 35% attack speed, as well as the obviously 40% here, the extra crit, the movement speed. I'm not going to go into all the maths here. This video is going to be short. So obviously at this point we're putting out a lot of damage. We're putting out moderate damage, and we're getting back. We're putting out moderate damage fast and getting back a lot of lifesteal. And we've also got the movement to be able to get away. Ashe doesn't have the best escapes in the world. Granted, she's got the slows with the W's or auto attacks, things like this. But if kiting's not your strong point, then obviously the boot's going to help you with this. After that, I'll go into IE. Obviously, again, attack damage, crits chance. Obviously, the more crit chance you have, the more damage you're going to do. If you've got the lifesteal, the more life you're going to get back. As you saw in the Misfortune video there, it's pretty much like an Ion sort of thing. Especially for me, like I said at the beginning of the video, this is all about me. This is my build. It's the way I do it. After IE, I go into PD. Again, attack speed here, so now all the damage that we've just bought in the IE and the Bloodthirster, we're going to be able to pump back out there a lot quicker again. We're going to have some more extra crit chance, so the more damage of the IE and the Bloodthirster together. Going to be able to pump that out a lot quicker, and obviously we've now got an extra 30% crit chance on that, which means we can bring in more lifesteal, which means we've got more sustain in lane, better in team fights, things like this. My next item is normally situational, but it is most of the time going to be a Black Cleaver. Yeah, this is my last item. Yes, it's bought essentially a bit late, especially considering that we're talking here now, what, a couple of thousand, tens of thousands almost of gold, 3, 6, yeah, about 15k gold, maybe a bit more in, and we're buying this. So this is very, very late game, and yeah, it's a bit late to be buying like 300 health late game and CDR late game. But my thoughts here is that if the game's gone on long enough to be able to get the Black Cleaver, then obviously it's, do you know what I mean? Then I need the extra health. The cooldown's going to be good because that means I can get those shots out, especially with Ashe. I can get her ult out a lot more often in the game. Hopefully get the game to come to an end fairly soon with a win, of course. But also if we're losing, it means that I can volley a bit quicker. I can use my Q a bit quicker, things like this as well. So that's why I go for the Black Cleaver at the very end. So essentially what my build looks like is it's probably a bit more in this sort of a scenario. So boots, Bloodthirster. Well, boots is the first full item. Yeah. So boots first. Obviously, we'll have the Vampiric Scepter and the Zeal go into all of this sort of thing. A lot of attack speed, a lot of crit, a lot of life steal in terms of obviously getting the items out there, getting the damage out, as quickly as possible. As much DPS as possible means that as much life steal as possible. So in that sense, it means that you can just do the Penta and do as much damage as possible. I'll link a video I'll put the Pentakill video in at the very end of this video, just so you guys can see the sort of speed, the sort of damage that this build puts out. In the Pentakill that is at the end of this video, and in the one that people are talking about and asked me to do this build, it's the same Pentakill. But in that, I don't think I fully had a PD, and I definitely didn't have a Black Cleaver. So keep in mind that, let's just be nice to myself, yeah, and let's just say I did have a Phantom Dancer, but I definitely didn't have the Black Cleaver. So I was essentially 300 health down, 50 attack, 50 damage down, and 20% CDR down as well, and including obviously all the passives and whatnot that grants as well. So this is pretty much my build for Ashe. And right at the very end of this video, so pretty much right now, I'll link I'll play the Pentakill video. And yeah, so if you guys liked it, leave a thumbs up, comment, rate, subscribe. Tell me what you would do differently. Tell me what I maybe might be able to do differently. Keeping in mind that you now know my playstyle, which is attack speed, life steal, and damage. Get all of that, get the damage out as quickly as possible, brings the health in as quickly as possible. So I hope you guys liked it. For the guys that are asking for this, I hope it meets your expectations. Go out and try it on the Rift, try it in a custom game. Just don't try it in a ranked game, because it might not work for you, but definitely try it in draft. Why not? Draft is there to practice in. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and goodbye.
team's turret has been destroyed.